What's this? What is this? A talk show? Hello, welcome to the CanadaGuns talk show, episode 84. Talk show.
We're a talk show, but we also have video. This is like an old radio talk show or anything like that.
This is the 21st century talk show.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. I guess we have a talk show. I forgot we did. I'm your host, The Crover. It's been a while. Sorry? I don't know. Does anybody actually care? Well, I never got a message saying where there's the show. We used to. I guess that guy got bored. Say hello, the two of you.
Hello, the two of you.
The two of you.
That was Adriel, the hunting gear guy, and Crazy Nine, who's apparently a big deal.
Apparently, according to one dude on Reddit.
I believe it. You once appeared on a radio broadcast.
Yeah,
although
I was, nationally syndicated.
Technically, so was I, but it was just run in Alberta because I was interviewed for the closing of Wholesale Sports.
You're both famous.
Says the guy who's objectively more famous than either of us from being on a relevant talk.
Yeah. How many of your videos have been stolen?
Well, 15 last week. By Russian bots.
Really?
It's always the Russians.
And the Chinese takeover too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. We're on another list. Yay. What have you guys been up to? Because I've only done a couple of things. Hey, Crazy, what have you been up to?
So I went and shot that shadow I got.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing so great that day with either my shadow or my SIG. But I was doing about equivalently bad with both. So the thing is, when I was shooting my SIG, I was shooting slightly left. And when I was shooting the shadow, I was shooting slightly down and to the right.
So that's too much masturbation and not enough masturbation.
Exactly. So I have to masturbate less, whatever.
More better.
More better.
I have to find different porn to masturbate to. Furry
that shouldn't be too hard for you. How much anime is out there again?
World's your oyster.
Not according to the UN, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but that's not the topic of this discussion.
No, it's your masturbation habits.
So the shadow, it functions. It's accurate. It's whatever. Like I said, I wasn't doing so great that day, so accuracy was whatever. And then I loaded some like pretty mouse fart 38s, and the first time shooting them, I was doing absolute shit. Like we had like a Silverdale started to hang some gongs at the pistol range, and I was shooting at like the 6-inch gong and missing.
What distance?
Like 10.
Yeah, you should be able to hit that one.
Yeah, I should be able to hit that one. But
if you're tired, and it's been like a long day, or you're just worn down, like that's when your trigger control just isn't there.
Yeah, February was not the greatest month, so I was kind of the whole month.
Did we skip all of February?
It was cold and depressing.
No,
yeah,
I mean
February.
like as in we literally the whole show didn't happen for like a month, and we skipped all of February.
We did it like the first week of February, I think.
Damn it! It was the first week of February. Yeah.
But yeah, so I shot that, and then like later on in the day, I managed to shoot a much better group at a target that was not shit. Some dude let me shoot his R8 Smith & Wesson in 327, and it was pretty cool.
Oh, the operator.
The operator tactical revolver with 8 shots, and it was pretty cool. And I shot it much better than I shot mine. And then I took my AR out, and it was like horribly, horribly not sighted. And I'm just wondering if it's because last time I had it out and sighted it, it was like 10 degrees, and it was like -10 that day. I don't know. Like the Bushnell optics I have are probably not whatever, but like it was ridiculously fucking. I don't know where the fuck it was, and it took me like 100 rounds to get it like roughly on target.
Pull the barrel off?
Oh no, I take the upper off the lower.
Did you change the
regularly,
muzzle
No.
device off?
No, I take the upper off the lower all the time, but other than that, like the optics stay on the upper, so that's all that should matter. But it was
Did you step on the fucking optic?
no, no idea. But I finally managed to get it sighted in after like ridiculously overcompensating repeatedly. I'd be like, oh, it's way to the left. I'd crank it way to the right. Oh, it's way to the right. I'd crank it way to the left. It's shooting. I think it's a little bit left was the last place it was shooting. So we'll see what the hell happens. My Howl was shooting slightly to the right as well, but not enough for me to be like, this is weird. I don't know. It could have also just been me that day.
It definitely sounds like you didn't masturbate enough.
But with the AR being as off as it was, that's not just me. That's something fucking was up with that. I don't know. Because even my buddy couldn't hit shit with it.
What optic did you have on that again?
It's got a Bushnell, one of their like tactical AR series fucking things. It's got some stupid name like Engage or Inferno or something like that.
Well, you heard it from an industry expert, folks. Avoid that.
No, it's actually a pretty decent optic. Like, this is the first time I've had this thing do this.
Really not. 10 degrees shift in difference and it goes to shit.
20, I have no idea. Well, 20-degree shift in difference, but it could just be it's not meant for operating at negative temperatures. Who knows? We'll see when it warms up and I go out again.
Dude, we're in Canada. Like, operating at negative temperatures is like the majority of the time.
So don't buy EOTech either.
Don't buy EOTech, no. Actually don't.
But yeah, we'll see when I go out in warmer weather if it's fucked up again. And so who knows? And beyond that, my Scorpion is still fun. Every time I bring that to the range, like if someone lets me shoot their gun, I bring my Scorpion out. And they're always just like, "Oh, what's that?" Like everyone's always so excited. Like one dude, I fucking let him shoot it, and he was like literally squealing like a girl with how excited he was to be able to shoot it.
Dude, 32 ACP is just so fucking fun.
It's so hilarious. I love mag dumping that thing. It's so fucking hilarious. I've only got 5 rounds in the mag, but it's like
bang, 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 bang. Oh,
and then dump the mag. And I wish I could get larger magazines for that without committing numerous crimes. But,
no, dude, just get a 22 upper. Seriously, like the 22 upper for that thing. I've shot it, and it's like, if this wasn't $750, I would buy one because
they do just fun. Like separate uppers. It's like a whole other gun. I don't think they just sell the 22 as an upper, especially since the upper, like, it's kind of held in place on a captive pin. So you have to like. I debated that when I saw the 22 gun.
No, I think
kind of finicky on ammo.
I know that my buddy has both, and I want to say, oh yeah, that was funny. He had the upper for the 32 ACP one, and he was planning on, because there was parts kits for the 32 ACP gun, and then the RCMP determined that metal was like machine gun.
Yeah.
So that went to hell. And so he got the 22, so that is 2.
Yeah,
and they are dropping. If I remember correctly, you take the 22 upper off, you put the 32 upper on, and I think you changed like a pin.
The thing with it is the pin that holds the upper in place is captive in its slot. And I'm not sure how to uncaptivate that. And I'm not sure like if the 22 mags lock in the same way the 32 ones do.
I think they do. I think
because I debated that when I saw they had like 22 versions and they're not pinned on mag cap. Apparently the upper, like the quality of the finish is absolute dog shit and wears out from the sliding charging handle. But like I don't want to spend another couple $100 fucking on another crappy little 22 thing that's apparently very finicky on ammo.
I don't know. His ran just fine and dandy, but let me tell you what, man, that little fucking 22, it was fun. Just fun. Yeah, I mean, it's a 25 round rifle, and you know, it's 22.
And, yeah,
mag dumping 22s has been a time honored tradition.
A lot of fun.
Fucking. And beyond that, not a huge amount else has happened. I still need to go and adjust the sight on my Mauser. I still haven't bothered to get the file.
Is that the one that you bought years ago and you have the Mauser sitting in like with a funky sight?
Well, I bought the sight from Brownells years ago and never bothered to install it. And then I finally installed it knowing it was going to shoot hilariously low, and it does. And so I need to like sit there and file it for literally 5 hours. To be able to adjust it to anything. So I just haven't bothered to do that. I was going to like Dremel it to cut it down a fair significant bit so I can just file it at the range, and haven't bothered to figure out where my dad's Dremel is.
Stick a file to it. That's what I did. Stick an axe file to it. I have
to take like 1.5 centimeters off of this thing with a file. It's going to take forever.
No, that's why you cut it with the file.
yeah, that's it sounds like a brilliant idea.
Or it sounds to me like you have a hacksaw problem.
Grinder, like if you need a lot of material taken off fast, grinder's the only way to go.
Or if you feel like being resourceful, you can just like take the car, grab the rifle, and then open the car door and hold the rifle sight against the pavement as you drive by, and then that's your own a grinder right there.
You could probably get it really level doing that.
Really
very carefully. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can get one of the trainees we were talking about last episode to hold it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that tranny you blew, right?
Yeah.
I love that became a kind of a meme, man. Like people fucking
people were posting about it in the fucking thing. It's fantastic. Yeah,
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, other than that, that's pretty much what I've done. I've come to the realization that after pre-ordering a S10, that there goes any gun money. Like I'm almost out of 9mm, and so like there goes my 9mm budget. I noticed Tenda has like 2,000 rounds of 9mm for like $460, which is like
60. That's $10 off per 1,000. Like they'll have the and what grain are those?
It's they got, I think they're both 115 and 124 grain Blazer stuff. So stuff I usually get, and I was thinking about getting that just so that way I don't have to like it's $10, 10 or $20 off.
Well, the 124 that they have will go on sale for $239 every once in a while. Their normal on sale pricing is like $249. I know because I watch it because I pick that stuff up when it's cheap enough.
Yeah, I mean, same. Like I said, they're like 4 blocks from my work, so I just head there on the way home from work and just be like, "Yo, give me some ammo."
Is it a decent store? Like their web store is really nice, but I get the feeling like they just like have the cheapest stuff possible.
It used to be a lot shittier. Like it used to be like, you know, those like little warehouse things where it's like got a massive warehouse in the back and this tiny little like cube in the front.
What do you want?
You want gun?
You want gun? What kind of gun? I'll get you for you.
Basically.
Something like that?
Basically.
No gun for you. Fuck you.
It's gotten a little bit bigger and a little bit better. They've got like this massive fucking lobby area for some reason with a TV playing.
Tenda?
Yeah, Tenda. Off to one side, they have a classroom to run courses in. The gun counter is still, I don't know, it's okay in size. The store doesn't have much in terms of stock, and they got like the bulk ammo just kind of sitting on the floor in a corner. Like it's not a huge shop by any means, but you can tell they've got a fuck ton more in the back. And they're always constantly going into and out of the back. But yeah, it's, I don't know. Like I said, I go there because then I don't have to worry about shipping or whatever the fuck. It's like on my way home. It's not far. So why would I bother having them ship it to me when I could just go there? But yeah, so because of this, I'm not likely to be buying 9mm for a while if I've been trying to save money to pay my car off. So
your phones.
Yeah. Well, it's just this S6 that I got is like I've had this for almost 4 years now, and the OtterBox it's in is like the sides of the clips are fucking broken. I tried JB welding. It worked for a while, actually. This one wore down pretty quick. This one, it was like properly like back to normal size and clipped in nice until the JB weld snapped off. And I'm just like, you know what? If I'm gonna replace this thing anyways, I'm not gonna bother going through the effort for another like 2 weeks of.
I know. I checked it.
If it's flexible,
It's
you
fine.
should use duct tape, not JB Weld. That's the rule.
Yeah, just duct tape it into my fucking hip holster. That looks real professional. But yeah, so I'll be getting an S10 in like a couple days. And so there goes all of my money. I'm debating what to get as my next gun actually, because I want to buy myself another gun to A, celebrate paying my car off, and B, for my birthday in May. And I kind of have very, very limited space in my safe. So I've been thinking one of these like AR-10 style things, just because it comes apart and I can stack its lower on top of my AR's lower.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying don't get the BCL 102.
I mean, if you really want one, wait until I'm done fixing mine and then buy mine off me.
Sure, it all depends on what you're willing to sell it for.
More than they cost retail, because it's me and I'm famous.
Yes,
You
know
do.
you know what you have, and your prestige has added value to the gun.
Hey. There has been an advertisement on CGN that has stated that this was the gun used by the hunting gear guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
You want that kind of prestige? Comes at a price.
Big dick price.
Anyways, Adriel, what have you done? Because it's probably more interesting.
Wait, I gotta like.
I got you.
Oh yeah, you got me. There we go. I totally spent $320 and got an Atlas bipod. This is a real one, and not a $10 one from eBay.
Now, are you going to do a comparison between the real one and the $10 one from eBay?
No, this is the $10 one from eBay. It says Atlas bipod patented, and I think they're like stating it as a fact, not stating that this is in fact a bipod patented bipod, even though it looks very close to the Atlas bipod. But it does not feel as good as like I was like moving some of this. It's like I don't think it should make that sound. Like, doesn't feel quite right. But I'm gonna use it once this year. I'm gonna go shoot at a PRS match.
No, it's not an Atlas bipod. It's an Atlas.
Atlas. An eightless.
An eightless.
bipod.
An eightless bipod.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go shoot at a rimfire precision match this year. I probably won. I need a bipod. I don't really like my other bipod, and I thought, what if I got like a railed one, something I'll do like pick rail, and has like a quick disconnect, and I could put the bipod on or take it off if I need to. So I figured that's the ticket.
Have you tested how wobbly it is yet?
It is very wobbly. Yeah, very wobbly.
Did you just like screw some fucking Picatinny rail to the base of that?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I squared off the bottom. This is my $200 Norinco. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
So I flattened off the bottom underneath this thing, and then I got the one with the QD on there. See, look at that QD slot. So I got a sling with QD on the front, and you know what's coming at the back, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You bobble the fuck out of that. You do it.
Yeah. So
now there is something missing from this setup. You know what it is?
I gotta embed a coin with my birth year in here somewhere.
That, and you've got to take the muscle and get it cut for a muscle brake to tame the massive 22 LR recoil.
That sounds like that would cost real money. So no. Yeah. So the idea is I'll just kind of slap this guy on when it comes time to do a match. Lock it on there, and look at that.
Oh my god, is that a sniper rifle?
It basically is, yeah.
You're basic. You don't want to brag too much, but you're basically a sniper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's rotating really nicely there. That's what it's supposed to do.
Is it?
I gotta tighten that nut. There we go.
Is that actually any better? Did that do anything at all?
Yes. Yeah. Now it's not
good.
rotating when it's not supposed to. And now it's going down when it is supposed to. I don't expect this to survive much more than like a match. I'll probably abuse it to the point where it will destroy itself. I can't imagine the real Atlas is like that. And I
because it's
imagine
an
the
Atlas,
real one.
remember? It's an Atlas.
It's supposed to offer a little bit of And it does. You just have to be really forceful. Oh man, I'm gonna bust the shit out of this thing.
Yeah, that
maybe I
can
just-
is tearing the screws out of your fucking stock.
No,
No, I
screws
think
are in there.
we should make a bet. We should see what gives out first, the fucking Bubba Picatinny rail or the Atlas bipod.
Oh, there's more that's bubbled on this thing. Here, let me go over everything that's bubbled on this rifle.
Wait a second. Is that a $300 rifle with like a $700 scope?
$200 rifle, $199 in fact, on sale from Canada Ammo. The scope is a $1,300 scope. So more.
Oh, please tell me this has got technical turrets and parallax adjustment.
Yes. And single first focal plane.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You are a sniper.
Let's see. The base here is a Chinese rim dovetail to pick rail interface, and I've precision ground down. And actually, this did take quite a while. I had to get out my calipers. I've ground down the front compared to the back so that it's tilted a little bit.
Oh my god!
Just so. It should give me 30 MOA on the base. So the base is actually tilted down just a little bit. So I should be able to get 30 MOA out of that for long range 22. Now, the unfortunate part with this big ass scope is that even like I could get it lower, but whatever. I just went with a cheek piece.
Wasn't that, I saw that video? Isn't that like a $10 eBay cheek piece?
Yes, that's a $10 eBay cheek piece. Yeah, it looks like shit, the cheek piece itself, but it's got spots for patches, so why not? And now, yeah, perfect.
Whoa,
weld on there.
Sir, safety check that before you put a fucking hole through your ceiling.
There.
Did you pinky fuck the chamber? Pinky fuck that chamber.
No.
That's
anyways.
That's not the chamber. That's the mag feed.
Pointed at
Accent proof. Accent proof.
There we go. Let's see. Bedded. So the action's bedded to the stock. The trigger's been worked over a lot. This is a 1 pound trigger on this rifle. Believe it or not. And there is no creep to it. It's just there's nothing there. So this is a fantastically accurate rifle.
Have you done your big test yet for the ammo?
No, I'm doing that this weekend with all like fingers crossed on the weather. I am also going to bring out.
By the way, in case you haven't known, Western Canada was frozen, all of it, and it's gonna slightly thaw this weekend.
I mean, that's the same thing with Eastern Canada.
Every weekend's been minus 20 or worse. Every weekend. Because I went out. If it was minus 10,
the average temperature for the month of February in Calgary was minus 18.
Yeah, and that's the average.
We had a lot of minus 20s and shit here.
Yeah,
but
you had a lot of minus 20s. You didn't just have minus 20s and worse.
No, I mean, like this weekend, I think Sunday it's supposed to be 8 degrees, but like it's minus like 13 right now. I think.
Yeah, weather. This is a Scorpio. I think I showed this on the last one. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I pulled the rear sight off because why do I need that? It was stupid. And the front one's still sitting there because I'm just too lazy. I'm going to scope on there. I'll try this thing out and see what kind of accuracy it'll get. I don't know if it'll be any good or not. The stock is a little bit wobbly. It's kind of contacting the barrel.
What brand is that?
A Scorpio. This is another one of those Chinese rifles.
Okay.
It's actually the same action as that other one. This is that Anschutz 54 knockoff. So I don't know if Norinco got like the old Anschutz machinery or something like that, but this is an Anschutz 54 bolt on here, made by a Chinese company. So
motherfucker,
because that's the one that I said it looks like a pellet gun when you brought it out.
It does.
Like,
yeah, it does.
I swear that's the exact same stock they put on some of the Crossmans.
Could be. I mean, yeah, it. I don't mind some of the stuff on it, but anyways, also $199. So if that, like, you can't get those 522s anymore. They're like a heavy barrel. Yeah, you can't get them anymore. And then that takes me to this guy here.
What the fuck is that?
It's a Marlin 795.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing too fancy. I've got a cheek piece on it because, again, high scope. I've got a Cabela's Covenant 4-16, which like it's a cheap Cabela's scope, but it's got a Christmas tree reticle in there, so you can do holdovers very quickly, and it's got a decently trackable turret on it, so you can like.
How much is that scope?
$200.
Now, can you try and show us the Christmas tree reticle? Because I don't know what it looks like, and I am literally imagining a Christmas tree outline.
Just
I
imagine a
will
triangle.
I'll do the screen share afterwards to show.
It's just a triangle, dude.
Oh,
It's a triangle of hashes and X's all over the fucking place. And the idea is you fire, you see where your bullet impacts. Oh, it impacted on that hash. You move that one to where you want to shoot, and then you're good to go. With this guy, I've got my Burris Signature Series rings, and these ones you can tilt them a bit. So I've got the big shim on the bottom on the back, and the little shim on the front on the bottom. And what that does is tilts the scope forward. So again, I should be getting 20 MOA or so out of this guy, which should allow.
Is that for your boy?
Yeah.
Ah.
Speaking of, I also picked up. I was at Cabela's. They had one of these for. I think this was $15. It was just sitting all by itself. This is 22 and pistol rated, so you can see how thin it is there, but it's still AR 500. So yeah,
$15.
I'll stick this out there. And yeah, it's light enough that you should be able to hear it get contacted, even with a 22 at long range. So. Try shooting that at 300 yards, right?
Yeah, that's actually a problem I've been noticing with mine. I bought a 1/2-inch thick plate just because I wanted like more durability, and I can't hear the thing even at like 100.
If you have electronic ear pro, you can.
I have electronic ear pro. I still
I'll get better ones. Don't get the Walker ones. Get the Lehigh.
I have some like Allen ones that were like retail and it was like $100 or some shit.
Yeah, but they're not Lehigh.
No, they're quad channel though. Like they've got mics on all directions.
So you can hear people behind you talking. And then, so I'm gonna do this epic. I'm not gonna crack out my 22 ammo because it's all packed away. There's 51 kinds of 22 ammo I've got going.
You actually managed to one up me because I'm pretty sure when I tested mine it was like 25. So you literally have like double the amount.
25 is a lot too.
Yeah.
If it's windy at all, I don't think I'm gonna shoot at 100. Because the risk is shooting when it's with 50, a little bit of windy.
Do it 50. It's useless to try and go at 100. Like you can extrapolate and you're good to go, and you can say, oh yeah, this ammo is consistent at 50, so there's no reason why it shouldn't be consistent at 100 if the wind is not blowing.
Yeah. What I might do is take a couple different kinds, like 5 to 10 different kinds, and try those at 100, but not all.
Yeah, like if you're getting fucking 2.5-inch groups at 50, forget about it. Like if you're getting clover leaves at 50, then test that at 100.
Yep. I'm gonna do that test with Merlin 795, Norinco NS 522, and a Ruger Precision Rimfire.
Borrowing it.
I'm borrowing the Ruger. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a shitload of targets. So I'm not just gonna go tape. I'm not gonna go tape them up. Instead, I went to the dollar store. I got some of these guys here. This is what Maple Seed does as well. And then I got some like coated wire. So I'm going to run a target wire across like 30 meters or so, and then get clothespins, and then just hold a ton of targets up. So I'll run one wire along the top, one wire along the bottom, clothespin everything in there, and then I'll have a huge row of targets. And then I'll have an easy way of pulling all the targets off. Because
that's actually pretty smart.
Well, here's the thing. I got to shoot 3,000 rounds of ammo on target for this test. And that's 600 groups. And then I got to measure 600 groups and put them into like a big spreadsheet I've got. So there's got to be some like organization to this shit. Otherwise, this is just not going to work.
Yeah, write down the group before you shoot it. Like write it like in the label. Don't go and like, oh, I shot that. That's CCI standard velocity. That's CCI 38 grain. That's CCI
way ahead of you.
Fuck, I forgot.
I've already labeled my targets. Both the Marlin scope and all the scopes that I'm going to be using are capable of reading printed, like anything you print on the targets at that distance.
Yes.
So it's not like I'm shooting a 3-9. I'm like, oh, is I gonna hit? Did I hit over there or anything like that? This is like legit. So yeah, so it's going to be a big test. There's one other test online that is better than the test I'm going to be doing, and that test is one done by there's this Rimfire forum. They did it with a $10,000 Bleecker rifle, and they did it at 50, 75, and 100. But they did it with primary like foo-foo ammo, like really expensive stuff. They didn't
like Ely only and up.
Ely, SK. They had a couple of cheaper ones, but not to the extent I've got all the cheap garbage.
But do you have Winchester Wildcat 22?
I do.
Oh my God!
Really?
Congratulations! You're gonna fuck up your gun.
Thunderbolt is the only one I'm not doing this time. I might still do Thunderbolt. I might have to.
What, do you have bucket of bullets?
Yes.
Then that's the same thing.
Okay. The answer, if you're gonna ask, like, do you have this? The answer is probably yes. I got 51 kinds of ammo.
Bucket of bullet is actually better than Wildcat.
It is.
It looks nicer.
Saying like, oh, this is a huge dumpster fire. This is only a smaller dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Remington stuff I found is all being better than Winchester. All of Winchester's 22 stuff has been pretty universally shit for me.
There is exactly
M22.
one brand of Winchester
That's
ammo.
about
that's
it. Yeah, the
decent.
M22.
M22 is the only Winchester ammo that's actually good.
Because it's a simple bullet, right? It's just a plain round nose bullet. A lot of their other stuff is like their hollow points and that kind of thing. Oh, they just look like trash. They're just so bad.
But that have you? Yeah, you've played with the Wildcat 22 shit before, have you?
I got a bunch.
No.
I have like 4,000 rounds of it because
Oh my God, I am
Cabela's
so
was
sorry.
selling it for so cheap.
I remember buying some of the 555 when it was the only thing that was available and the only gun I had at the time that would shoot it. Like, we tested in every 22 we had.
Mm-hmm.
My 597 was the only gun that cycled it reliably. My dad's Savage bolt action, it got jammed in. My mom's revolver would not eject it. It was literally just my fucking Remington.
I used to be a huge supporter of the 525 boxes of blue boxes of Federal Bulk until I got a squib.
Yeah, I'm gonna be running that stuff too. I wonder if I'll get a squib. 3,000 rounds of ammo.
I mean, I still got a squib.
You're playing with the right numbers for a statistical significance.
I've got a rod I'm bringing. Whatever.
I mean, that's pretty much the thing with me and CCI Blazer. I've shot probably 5,000 rounds of that shit in my life at this point. Getting a squib in 5,000 rounds is not really surprising.
Mm-hmm. I'm also going to test velocity and standard deviation with
Are you gonna
speed.
bring like 3 people to be writing all this shit down?
I am bringing a computer because writing it down would be a fool's errand at this point. I'm gonna have to just enter it all anyways.
You need to have somebody
like, you've
there
hired a
to do this with you,
man.
No.
Bunch of TAs to come do your work.
I'm bringing a buddy and a lot of beer because it's a lot of work.
Will you tell us how many drinks you've had along the target line so we can tell where it's, or will we be able to tell?
This is beer 1. This is beer 2. This is beer 3.
I'm pretty sure alcohol is a performance-enhancing drug when it comes to shooting.
It shorter at first and then wider.
No, smaller.
It is smaller. If I remember correctly, and this is probably wrong, but like the first disqualification in the Olympics was like a Norwegian pistol shooter that took a swing, like in the 1910 Olympics or something like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only up to a certain point. If you're sitting there and you've had 5 beers, your groups are going to start getting bigger again.
Maybe. You don't know that. Have you tried it yet?
No, and I'm not planning on it.
Good.
Yeah, so this is going to be the world's biggest test on 22 ammo for accuracy using this style of ammo. So should be interesting. You know, the one thing that I saw with that accurate shooter one is that like the results were even with like a really scientific method were super inconsistent. Match grade ammo did better, but which match grade ammo varied. Sometimes it was 10x, sometimes it was RWS, sometimes it was whatever else. And sometimes the real cheap stuff did pretty okay, especially the cheap standard velocity stuff. And I found a bunch of weird standard velocity stuff. I've got some Federal Champion standard velocity. Did you guys even know this is a thing?
I think I've seen
Federal
the Federal Champion.
little blue box, looks like all the other blue boxes they have, but it's standard velocity ammo.
I think I have some of that.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
Well, you got to remember, at some point, there's a picture of it. I had like 45 different types of 22 ammo, and then I just sold a bunch. It's like, I'm never going to shoot all this shit. And I traded it for a bunch of 308 ammo, one of which had a catastrophic failure and almost blew up my rifle.
Good stuff. Yeah, I'm going to shoot it all. I'm going to try shooting it all. I got some sights for my GSG. Look at that. These are the Dawson Precision sights. Whoop. So they're not the stupid yellow dot ones that they come with, and instead they're fiber optic. And then the rears are just blacked out because that's the way they should be.
Because there's nothing like $100 worth of parts on a $200 gun.
$300 gun.
Oh,
but yes, $100 worth of parts on a $300 gun. I'll probably put
you can do more upgrades.
Yeah, trigger maybe. And then there's
give it to your buddy to get a trigger job.
No, I want it to continue working, but yeah, I don't know. So the factory sights shoot a little bit high at close range because they're probably like these things aren't coming out too quickly. They're probably like rainbowing pretty quick. So maybe the factory sights are made for like 35, 40 yards. I want it for 20 yards though. So this is taller, so it should be better. I'm doing the same thing for my Nork. I've got a sight that I have to install in it. And my Glock mags are on the way. They should be here this week.
Who did you end up getting them through, Aztec or Iron Guns?
Aztec.
Good.
Because they answered my email.
That they do. They're really good.
Yeah.
If you're going to bring shit in from the States, you should talk to Aztec.
Yeah.
That who are the other importers? We got Iron Guns, but their website is kind of fucked.
Profit
and their correspondence is kind of fucked.
Does some too.
Yeah, Profit.
Yeah.
Profit River think
profit as in Jesus, not as in money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not profit. Profit.
Yeah, these Dawson Precision sights I've actually been waiting for them for about 3 months. They came through Freedom Ventures, but it was because of the US shutdown. So yeah, I've been waiting. They're really good sights though, and they come with they got these little aluminum punch sets that they come with. So that when you punch them in, they don't mess up the sights because aluminum's just gonna it's not gonna F up the finish. And it's got this little nylon one, so it's got nylon on the end there, so you can punch it against the plastic ones and not F anything up. Yeah, there's so many instructions on the GSG one, and so many warnings. It's here's how you do this. It's make sure you're doing this, and it just came right out.
Technically, it is a German gun, so they have to over-engineer something on it. Yes, they over-engineer the warning labels.
But that was Dawson's. Labels on
was it?
Yeah, Dawson Precision stuff. They're and they include they're hey, these are steel sights, make sure you oil them. By the way, here's some oil. So they include a little bit of Lucas gun oil. They come with a couple of extra fiber optics rods in there, a green and a red. So now I'm all fibered up. And,
are those supposed to be cut to length yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, so you put it in there, you put some heat next to it, not on it, just next to it, and it'll start to curl up and mushroom. Then you pull it to where it's flush with the part that's mushroomed. Then you cut it, but you leave 1/16 kind of sticking out the end, and then you put some heat right next to it, not on it, just next to it, and it'll mushroom up, and then you're done. They actually come with there's a little cut in the steel. So that you can use a razor blade and cut the sight in half and then pop it out. So they're made to be replaced. You should replace your fiber on these things depending on how heavy of a shooter you are, every 1 to 7 years kind of a thing.
And what it's the clarity of it?
Yeah, it'll start getting if you can actually wear fiber optic. And if you wear it or you get smoke and crap on it, it won't be as bright.
Yeah. Whenever
If you
she
care,
does my
if you
shadow.
care about that kind of stuff, I like
I
our
don't.
lengths really. Part of the allure with going to a fiber front blacked rear is that all you're doing is punching out, looking for the light, and putting it between the posts in the back there, right? So it's faster to acquire, for your brain to figure out. They also sell one with 2 fibers in the back, and that is fucking stupid. Don't do that. I don't know who they make that for. Maybe for like shooting at night when you're like home defense with your GSG 22, right?
Hey
I've seen a
man,
fair
any
number
gun
of
is better than no gun. That's what the
Yeah.
people in our gun say.
I've seen a fair number of that, especially on like 22 rifles and stuff, where they got like the green fiber in the back and the orange or red front.
Yes, I remember. There are upgradable sights for the 1022 that are exactly that.
That's stupid.
It's green. Yeah, it's a green ladder style rear sight with a red front post.
Yeah, that's stupid. It's confusing when you punch the gun out. You want to just like focus on the front sight and then move it so that the rear sight is in the right spot. And one thing to look at is more than enough to do that.
It's
And
like a little red
then-
dot.
Yeah, it is like a little red dot. And then I ordered a wind meter, an anemometer, because if I'm shooting 22 at 300 yards, I need to know exactly what the wind is in order to know how many MOA to click in for.
But isn't the reading more important at 300 yards than right next to you?
Well, any reading is better than no reading. So I have something that will read it. I
guess if they have a wind, I'm surprised. Did those matches have like a windsock set up or anything?
I think it's all up to you. You have to decide on the wind speed. Some of them will set up like little dangly ribbons kind of thing downrange. I don't know if you like CRPS had some video footage of their season opener and it was hilarious. It was a snowstorm and the wind's like coming sideways. One of the guys was like, "Hey, how much wind did you using?" And he's like, "All of it." Because 22 drifts a lot when you're way out there. It moves with the wind, so it's just in the air for so long.
My dad shot at 200 with his Savage, and it was at one of the ranges in like a military base. So my mom was in the butts there, spotting for him right at the target site there, and he's like with a walkie-talkie, like, "Am I hitting anything?" My mom looks at the target, and goes, "No." She looks one target over, and goes, "Wait a minute, yeah, you got about a 6-inch grouping, one target over."
Yep, yeah, a little bit of wind makes a big difference. Anyways, that's what I've been up to.
Nice.
How about you? Other than getting a new house,
That's it. I bought a house.
there you go.
Also, my wife is getting progressively more pregnant, like noticeably, and she's not that far along. So I think she's gonna end up being huge. And I was also an 11-pound baby when I was born.
It's
So
pretty
she's
big.
not very big. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. Oh well. Gun related is I sold my lefty wingmaster.
Which
I
one?
wasn't
Don't you
going
have,
to.
like 5 of them?
I fucking wish. But no, I got rid of it because I needed money. it had to go. Babies are gonna be expensive for a long time. Adriel can tell. But I did finally finish setting up my safe. It is now almost permanently secured in a nondescript place in my home. So
Hidden
that's
behind your
basically it.
collection of dildos.
Is it in your safe room?
It is in my safe room. Ha 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 ha.
Do you have to say the safe word, but to get in there?
Yeah, it's please, 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 please break in Spanish so that I can kill you. It's just I love that meme. What was it? Like the old bearded guy's like, somebody's breaking in, and he starts going through his things, and it's like picking up pistols, picks up a tiny little knife, and he's like, I don't know what to kill you with.
I'm sure you've already selected something out.
Max set up by the door in case of something. No, that would never happen. Other than that, I am planning to go shooting because I still haven't actually tried that Browning Auto 5 that I bought in January and that I got a part for so that I could ensure that it would work with light loads. So I don't even know if it's functional because it's like 60 years old and it is pretty darn worn and the wood is pretty split in a couple of places.
It'll function. I just don't know if you should expect it to work with light loads.
Me neither, but I got the ring, so it's set up. Should run. Now, will it run? It's tough to say. Other than that, moderating has been interesting as of late. We keep getting interesting users with interesting questions that aren't just the usual, just go to the newbie thread. Which brings me to the top post of the month, because it's been a month since we actually did top post, so it actually makes sense. Let's see. Will it all be shitpost, or will there be anything worth it in the subreddit?
Pure
Anybody care to
shitposts.
take a guess?
Pure shit posts. Come on.
Let's see.
And feet. Like, everyone has finally caught on to this.
Yes, as you can see, there's been repeatedly reported for bullshit. Lots and lots of reports. Although I do like this one. Assault knife. I like it. when gangs use guns they have obtained legally to commit crimes, so you ban private handguns.
As I stated in the chats to that, Toronto literally has no authority to do this.
Yes. And then this apparently was absurdly popular.
I want one of those, actually. If you could ship them up here, I would buy one.
Calgary Shooting Center would do that. They have a laser machine that can engrave PMags.
I saw another one similar to that I think he might have also done on Facebook that said magazine and a thing of Trump.
Oh, God. This one, actually, there was a non-shitpost post, fourth post down. Firearms Outlet Canada lost my restricted gun in their own inventory. To make a long story short, they said they shipped it, told the buyer to get fucked, and then when he called the RCMP, and the RCMP was like, well, how can they have shipped something if we haven't told them to ship it yet because we haven't issued a certificate yet? Then they got really interested in his story, and then Firearms Outlet Canada magically found their gun really quickly after he told them that he called the RCMP. So, something your mileage might vary.
What was the Pikachu meme there?
Oh, Mr. Government, you silly sausage. Government, CVC make an unbiased article about scary assault weapons and how hunters don't like them. Hunters like using assault weapons because ammo is cheap, they are lightweight and hardly versatile. Government, Pikachu face.
True.
True. Hey, Adriel, have you shot a deer yet with your black assault gun?
No. Like with one of my black guns, yes.
What have you killed deer with that was black and scary?
Well, that Savage 308's black.
There you go.
Shot a deer with that. It's kind of hard to say, like, how many animals have the guns in my safe killed, because usually I sell my guns so often that they don't like rack up like a high number. Usually one is about as much as they get. Except for my 22s, they murder the shit out of like hundreds of gophers. This Marlin here has killed hundreds of gophers, probably 1,000.
Can we get up real early one morning and just go murder an entire field?
Probably should.
Nice.
It's best in like in the day when it's like nice and they're out sunbathing and playing, especially in May or June when the babies are out. They're so stupid, and there's so many of them. You can clear out like a whole little family. They'll all be like playing, and that's when you need a semi. Dark enough yet? No.
See, gun grabbers, you say hunters don't need semi-automatics. Look at this.
I need a high-cap mag too.
This dude does not fuck around.
Although I hated money this much.
Does have a couple of bubble like he's in there, so that kind of bothers me. But whatever. He's got a 50, so he's already okay in my book.
Like I said, I wish I hated money this much.
Dude, all you have to do is have a good job and not have kids. Done.
Dude, that sounds the second part of that is much easier than the first.
Yeah, especially with your lack of waifu. What else we have? Pictures, pictures, pictures. Which one of you did this? This wasn't the Calgary
thing.
I'm surprised. Do people really not remember these?
No,
I remember.
I didn't remember that either. And when I found out that was Factory, I was like, God damn it, of course. Mossberg is the only company stupid enough to do this Factory.
Dude, remember, they have the Mossberg 464, the fucking tactical 3030.
I think I mentioned that either to a buddy of mine or in that thread.
Sweet.
Oh,
Mossberg
yeah,
also has the chainsaw.
Somebody here flexing their military issued
I got to shoot one of those once. It was fun.
Yeah, I shot one.
Are those 223? Yeah, those are the 223 ones, right?
Yeah.
No, so sorry, 556 NATO. That's basically it. Like, we have a lot of shit posts. We have a couple of nice like this guy. This guy does not fuck around either.
That's a lot my aspiration one day to be able to have that many old fucking guns.
Like, that's a lot of Mousers and Manlickers and weird fucking.
I see at least 4 Mosins, maybe 5.
Where?
3 too many.
I see
right there,
1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4.
And the one next to it as well.
The one with the sling, is that a Mosin?
I think it's a Mosin.
Okay. Oh,
it might be.
This is something that is genuinely interesting to me, though. Apparently, these are not half bad.
I want the 9mm version of those because I heard GSG is going to make a 9mm version, and I don't care if it's pinned to 5 rounds. I don't care if it's restricted. I want a 9mm with a historically accurate barrel length. I will buy the shit out of it.
Would a historically accurate barrel length be NR or?
It would be restricted. It's like 10.5 inches or something.
Oh.
I don't care. I want it. I do not want one. I don't want one with a 16 or the 18.5 inch barrel. I would not buy it if it's bubbled to fucking non-restricted. I only want it with the original barrel length.
Maybe you'll get your wish.
I doubt it. They're going to bring it in NR because it'll make them more money.
Also, this guy also does not fuck around. God King Bubba. We had an interesting conversation. We weren't 100% sure if he was just full of shit. Literally had the most amazing collection in all of Canada. Because in the span of a couple of days, he kept posting progressively more obscure and interesting weapons. And I guess he just has a lot of these. Because, like, yes, that's the GSG one, the STG-44. But that's a legit MP40. I don't know which. This is one of the Guevara 43s.
That's probably one of the BD-38s or BD-3008 semi-autos that Marstar sold for a while.
Yeah, he's got the fucking MG42. Oh no, that's a 34.
But
34, a couple of Mausers. He's got the fucking
got like 20 grand in pistols on that fucking table right there.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, and he's got to have a couple of prohibs in there. So yeah, he's just got like a lot of really nice shit. But yeah,
I like that. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. I said not only does it mean you should, you are morally obligated to.
Yeah. Hey, look, one of my shit posts is in there. I stole this off Elixir, and he was pissed.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that was a hilarious story. For a short recap, a guy decided to post his tale of how he took a gun that he knew wasn't adequate for the task in situation that wasn't adequate and a shot that wasn't adequate, got lucky and still killed a deer, and then he went and he badmouthed the whole thing as being the caliber's fault.
Well, I can appreciate that he shared it with us because now it's like, oh yeah, you're not supposed because every once in a while, like the common knowledge gets watered down to where people are like, that's just a story. You can totally do it. And then someone tries it and they fail. And that's when it's like, that's when people are like, oh yeah. Everyone says that for a reason.
It's like, you can fucking hunt anything with anything.
Mhm.
There are rocks and mittens right here.
Well,
Okay.
people use 30 like you want to talk about like ballistic performance. 30-30 is pretty crap, and that's like we killed tons of deer with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it like? Like after 100 yards, it just falls off the face of the earth or something like that.
It's like 7.62 by 39. It's not very
Yeah.
powerful. It's good for like 100, 200 yards, maybe, kind of a thing. But it'll
Yeah.
work. It does the trick just fine. So do all of those. Even that 223. If you're using a premium bullet and you shoot something in the right spot, it's going to do the trick.
Yeah. What you don't do is you don't wait till the last minute of the last day and you get greedy because you get buck fever and you take a shot outside of the recommended range of your ammo. And you're not even sure if you hit the gun, the animal, and oh man, it looks like it does work. But no, it's definitely the caliber's fault that it didn't perform to the expectations.
Well, it's just like it's not. It has performance limitations because you need high velocity with a TSX in a 223 to make it expand. And if it wasn't that way, it would expand too much. So yeah.
That's why
I got that Christmas tree reticle already. If you guys want to see what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, sure.
do it.
All right. Bam, right there.
Oh,
That's what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is busy.
So, well, the whole idea is that you like if you make an impact kind of like down here somewhere, and you can see the bullet hit there, which with a 22 is easy enough. You just move the target right there, and then that's your holdover, right? Or if you dial and you run out of dialing on your scope and the target's still further away, you just count out your MOA that you need to go down on this thing, and if you need some wind, there you go.
Handy.
Yeah.
Very cool. But yeah, as an interesting point, if you're ever in need of a deer rifle, what's your recommendation, folks? Because it should start with 30 and end at 6.
300 Win Mag, 6 of them. Fucking everything works, man. Everything works. Deer are not invincible. Everything, any kind of center fire, as long as it's not something stupid like a 17 Remington fireball or something like that. Everything works on deer.
Shit, I know the god deer with 17 Remington fireball.
Probably. I mean, you could probably take a deer with a 22 LR. It'll take a while, and you'll have to track the stupid thing, but it can be done. It's not a smart thing to do.
No. See, that's when you spotlight them, walk up to them, and dump a mag into their head.
And other things that are illegal.
Oh, wait. You're not supposed to do that.
But in Ontario, 270 is a really popular caliber because there's actually some places with caliber restrictions, and
Alberta's
270 is like the maximum caliber in some areas. So a lot of people just buy a 270 so they don't have to worry about caliber restrictions.
But like a 270 is great for long range, and you don't need long range in Ontario. You guys are like shooting stuff that's like 100 yards maybe.
It goes and depends because that's mostly like southern Ontario that's got the restrictions. They're the places you're most likely to be shooting across like a farmer's field or something.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, they all do the trick.
Or 30-06.
Or 30-06. Fuddy
Yes,
Fuddy
good old Fuddy 6.
See, that's the thing. The reason that became sort of a joke is because, well, if you're gonna shoot anything, and you just don't want to worry too much about it, it takes away a lot of the margins of error.
I mean, with 30-06, it would always be what I'd recommend. Somebody that said, I want to go for deer and moose. I'd say, okay, get a 30-06 then.
Yeah,
and
because you can shoot like the
ammo everywhere.
You can shoot like the 160. There's 160, 150 grain 30-06.
Yeah, there's 150s.
Yeah, you can take 150 grain, or you can just decide that you dislike your shoulder and your hearing and go for like the 210 grain loadings, and then you don't have to worry about what you're shooting because it'll die.
Well, you'll get penetration, right? The lighter stuff will generally it'll be higher velocity, it'll do more damage. The heavier stuff will penetrate better because the bullet's slower and heavier. It's just going to keep pushing all the way through.
Yeah. And that's where you get the guys going, I bought this box of ammo 10 years ago, and I've used it the whole time, and I still got shells left.
Yep. One shot, one deer. Every year, just one cartridge comes out of the box.
Yeah.
They got that old imperial stuff. Still doing the trick.
Still does the trick.
Yeah, no, hunting is like talking about calibers for hunting is silly. They'll all work. And most people shoot at close range.
I think I'm pretty sure that's Garrett. He says it's not illegal in Manitoba to spotlight as long as you have status.
Of course. Fucking Christ.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things
I
you can
think that's
apparently
pretty
do
good.
as long as you have status, and I think it's a load of bullshit.
That's just because you don't have status. If you had it, you would think it would be awesome.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yo, guys, what kind of spotlight puts out the most light? That'd be your gear review for the week. Got a new spotlight. Awesome.
You should do for April Fools like how to be the most unethical illegal hunter and just like about like baiting and improper ammunition, spotlighting, and just chopping off the antlers and leaving the deer behind.
You got to get the military surplus because you get 1,000 rounds. You can practice with it, and then when you're ready to shoot a deer, you just chop the tip off a little bit. It's good to go.
You just grab a drill bit and make yourself a hollow point.
Yeah, that's good.
It's the same thing, right?
You probably couldn't do that because they got a steel core. You'd probably F up your drill bit doing that.
They're actually pretty far in. If I remember seeing a cutaway of it, like the steel core is like at the base, and then
I thought they was at the front, and the lead was in the base.
No.
Steel's core is usually like in the middle, down more towards the bottom.
Okay, we literally just did like all of the possibilities of this. Oh no, it's at the front. No, it's at the back. No, it's in the middle. Who the fuck knows? I guess. Are we good? I think we're good.
You cut away.
Where is
it? Crypt on the IRC says, "What's the point of the show? It seems like a big old circle jerk that 10 people watch."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Very perceptive.
No, we got 16 people watching now. Take that, Crypt.
Wait, you have update? Oh, I don't have a number.
You don't have it open.
No, I do have it open. It used to have the thing over here in the bottom. Not anymore. Okay, I think we're good. Okay.
Do we want to talk about how basically the Conservatives are winning the next election?
I will hold my judgment until the Gerard Butts testimony, because I just want to hear how he tries to say that. Yeah, this was totally not illegal.
I'm hoping. I'm not expecting, but I want him to go in and just try and throw Trudeau under the bus for all of this. He's not going to, but if he does, it would be fucking absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
because I think he. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
steel tip, lead back. That's your business end to f shit up. There's the weight, lead weight. Push that thing into whatever you're shooting, like that. Anyways,
indeed.
But yeah, I joked. Folks. I remember joking when he resigned with my dad. I'm like, "Oh, so I heard we have a new prime minister now. Gerald Butts resigned."
Okay, enough circle joking, because apparently this is all we do. Go watch Slamfire Radio or listen to it. We might be back in 2 weeks. I don't know. My work schedule is shit. That's why we weren't here for like a month.
Crover remembers.
Hey, it's not that I remember. I remember always. I update Adriel every time that we're like, "Are we supposed to be doing a show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm busy."
Oh, is that what happens?
True fact.
I've debated saying something, and I'm just like, I guess you forgot.
No, check with me. More often than not, it's just that I'm busy. And been a thing that you guys just go, "No, he's not here. Might as well do the show without him." If you want to do that, though, go for it. Have a good night, everybody. Say good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.